Every day I'm reminded as to why I voted, and so many of us voted for President Biden. Yesterday, he laid out his plan. Well, excuse me, I should say this. Yesterday, from the day that this video was posted, he laid out his plan to fight COVID-19, to fight the misinformation about the vaccine, and to fight the virus itself. Unfortunately, he had to make some tough choices that are not going to go well with a lot of this country. And by a lot of this country, I think we know who we're talking about. The coronavirus vaccine holdouts, the anti-vaxxers, or more singularly, the Donald Trumpers. One Donald Trumper, and I think you already know, Todd Fisher, the idiot who keeps messaging me, but regardless how many times I try to walk away, like be the big man and just walk away, called me a Nazi because I agree with what Biden is doing, which has nothing to do with personal freedoms, which has nothing to do with taking away of rights. Although he and so many others in the Trump ban have been conned, mark the use of that word, conned into thinking that taking a vaccine is going to mean the destruction of personal freedoms. It's the same argument these people have been pushing for years. First, Obama was going to take away their guns, despite the fact that Obama hasn't taken away one single gun, not one single weapon from anyone in this country, regardless of what happened with the mass shootings that have happened during his presidency and after it. But those are the people we're trying to fight against. We're trying to fight against the misinformation that somehow the vaccine is ineffective, that masks are ineffective. Now, I've taken the vaccine. Members of my family have taken the vaccine, and we are all still alive, thank God. You know who isn't alive? People who didn't take the vaccine. And I have been seeing for months, videos of people, anti-vaxxers on their deathbeds, and every single one of them, in some variation or another, has said, God, I wish I should have gotten vaccinated. I should have gotten the vaccine. And it's too late. They're dead. Dead! What really bothers me about this whole situation is I don't want to wear a mask anymore. I have to because I'm on the job. If I'm on the job, or if I'm in public, commingling with people who may not have been vaccinated. I'm no fool. Even vaccinated people can still get COVID-19. But the thing is, the symptoms won't be strong as it were for an unvaccinated person. The symptoms like death, and the only people who are ruining it for all of us are the people who aren't vaccinated, which is why I go on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and here on YouTube and encourage people to get vaccinated. You want life back to normal? Fine, so do I. So do millions of people in this country. But the only way that's ever going to happen is if people do what they have to do. Do the common sense things. Wear a mask, socially distance, wash your hands. And yes, as much as it kills a lot of people out there, get vaccinated. Now, earlier I said I'm reminded why Joe Biden, and I voted for Joe Biden in the last election. Yesterday, he reminded me. He laid out a plan. And it's unfortunate that we had to go to this point, because I already know what's going to happen. Millions of Trumpers and anti-vaxxers are going to be suing the the Biden administration, suing the U.S. government. But maybe they didn't hear the whole speech. For those who are going to get vaccinated, you're not going to lose any payment. Because this isn't about personal choice anymore. You choose not to get vaccinated, fine. But you need to understand that your choice is affecting millions of people. People you may just brush aside on a Walmart or a Kroger. People you might stand next to at a concert or a football game. People you might actually go to church with, who may actually be socially distancing themselves, but still could get the virus. People in your workplaces, if you still work in your offices. You're making a personal choice, not just for yourself, but for everyone else around you. And the kids, and I hate, and I do not want to sound like Helen Lovejoy off The Simpsons, but please think of the children. Think of the kids. Kids you're trying to shuffle back into school because you're too damn lazy to take care of them yourselves. Think about them. You're making a personal choice for them as well. Now, Biden talked about the governors who are going up against mask mandates and the vaccine mandates, and I want to say those governors deserved every single word of it. And frankly, I would have been X-rated on that. DeSantis, you Florida bastard. You, Greg Abbott, the anti-abortionist, anti-government, anti-democracy idiot. You guys are on the top of that list. Getting your own citizens killed. For what? And I need to ask, I have to ask, what is wrong with getting the vaccine? This isn't about personal freedom. Because if it were about personal freedom, I would be right there standing next to you. This isn't about freedom anymore. It's about personal responsibility, and none of you want to take any of it. You don't want to take responsibility for yourselves or other people. And I told someone this a long time ago, and I know I've said it one or twice, a few times in my videos. I'm a Christian, and I like to believe wholeheartedly that everything we're put through is a test from God. Wondering how we react when situations like this happen. And on that scale, and using God's words about love thy neighbor, protecting your neighbor, protecting everyone else around you. On that scale, a lot of us in this country, a lot of us in this world have failed miserably. We failed. Those of us who didn't get vaccinated because of this, that, and the other reason. The excuses of it's all about government control. No, it's not. It never was. And here's my acid test on that. If Donald Trump had won re-election, gotten the vaccine out, and a Trumper, Todd Fisher himself, said this, if that would have happened, he would have said Donald Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, regardless of the fact that Fisher himself doesn't want to get vaccinated. That his family says they're not getting vaccinated. It's called hypocrisy. Straight up, total hypocrisy. The fact is this: get vaccinated. I want my country to return to normal. But it seems that you who are on the unvaccinated, you do not. And that's a shame. It is really a shame that you would rather this country fall down to dust than do everything you can to fight for it. Especially those who are about to wave the flag tomorrow on September 11th. while the rest of us are probably watching college football games, taking those moments of silences before the game begins to remember September 11th, to remember what happened to us 20 years ago. I personally will. The rest of you, you won't even do what it takes to save this country. You don't deserve to wave those flags. Because in the fight to save lives from a virus, you refuse to fight. And I hope to God that cuts deep into every single one of you. It really is too bad that we have to talk about this. That I, of all people, have to lecture you about doing what's right for our country. But here we are. Here we are. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.